Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 4-5.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5, Heather B.
Yes.
We're going to do a special edition of our sports report today.
Tell them why.
Because we have a champion amongst us.
Two-time
champion amongst us. And two-time NFL champion amongst us. A champion on the field as well as a champion off the field.
Yes.
Someone you could point to to your kids to read his story and find some guidance in how to live your life correctly.
I don't know about all that,
Yeah,
but
okay, I know, me neither.
do a few things anyway.
I was pushing it. I was pushing
Yeah,
it
you
right
really
there.
were.
The one, the only, Carl Banks is here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Carl, man, we were having a heated discussion because you played in the NFL for years.
Yeah.
And you played for how many different teams?
I played for 3, but I acknowledge 2.
Which one don't you acknowledge?
Washington.
Why?
That was a bad scene.
Really?
Yeah, when I left the Giants as a free agent and I went to Washington, we played them every year. But when I got there, it wasn't all good. Like I fought literally every day in practice. Fist fight with somebody.
Oh, really?
So
yeah.
I was never really accepted as their teammate. They still looked at me as kind of like the guy who played for the Giants that were, and we had our way with them during that period. Yeah. So when I got there, it was just a miserable experience. So.
Wow. So was Darryl Green there at that time?
Darryl Green was there. A good dude, too.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, did you fight? Because he's quick. He's lightning quick. I know he would have done it.
Well, Darryl's cool, but Darryl's nonviolent. He'd rather talk about it than fight about it. And I came from a little different place.
Oh, well, never mind what I said about your kids looking up to him.
No. It's all in sports. When the helmet comes on, it's different. Helmet comes off.
So you acknowledge Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. That was the last 2 years in Cleveland before Cleveland moved to Baltimore, good years, and then, the Giants years are the best.
Okay. All right. And being an expert, someone who came from the inside, and now that you're on the outside, so to speak, looking in, why are they so horrible this year?
Oh, my gosh, Sway.
That's a good question. All the Giant fans want to hear that. I think, number one, the quarterback hasn't had a good year.
Okay.
But their offensive line has not been great. So you couple that, injuries, it just hasn't been good. But I think, when you look at some of the struggles the quarterback has had, clearly some of it can be pointed towards the offensive line early. They can't protect him. He's taken a lot of hits, and I just think the accumulation of it has impacted his judgment.
Wow. So they basically what you're saying is they ended up with the wrong Manning.
No. They got the right Manning.
Okay.
That Manning has
That's
2 Super Bowls. So,
okay.
They got the right one. They just got to get the right people around him.
Go ahead, Heather. I know you want to talk.
Well, I do have to talk about this some more because every year I feel like Tom Coughlin is up on a chopping block, to say the people are not listening to him. He has no respect in the locker room. Do you think this year they're finally looking at it and maybe thinking about replacing him as the head coach?
I don't think so. I think he is he's a good coach. I think the players still connect with him. It's people on the outside. It's so interesting when you hear, and we're in a place in society where everything is alarmist and they want a public flogging or a hanging or somebody's got to go. But when you really evaluate it, he's done a good job for the team. This has been a bad year, but he's getting up there in age, still connects, but he's got a couple more years and then they'll probably move on after that. But, coaches go through it, but the fans have short memories sometimes. It's so funny. I listen to even some of my counterparts in sports media. You look at this Dez Bryant thing that happened in Dallas where he storms off the field. And it's like, okay, I get it. He shouldn't have done it. He's competitive. Show me a sore loser before you show me a happy, a happy one. And so I'm like, okay, so he did the wrong thing. You handle that internally, but everybody in the media, something's got to be done. What do you want?
Yeah.
He's probably going to get fined. The coach is going to tell him, don't do it again, but play as hard as you've been playing because you're the reason we have chances in this game. But you'll hear people like, what do you want? You want him hung? You want him wait, put in the middle of the 50-yard line and beat by the coach and the owner so everybody can be happy. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. Carl Banks is here, man, a former Cleveland Brown player. Former
Cleveland Browns.
It's just hate. That's hate because he's a Raider.
What happened to Raiders? Have they been good
bro,
ever?
Man, that's not what this is about,
Have
man.
they been good ever?
Yes.
Are you
Like
Kenny
when I was a
Stabler
kid, they
days?
were. Yeah. When I was a
Red
kid.
Valentikov days? Don't do this right now, Carl. That's not why you're here. You got the company G3, right?
Yes.
Apparel company G3, and you're bringing back one of the most legendary brands in sports history, Starter.
Yes.
And you got starter jackets. And this is the perfect time because these kids are going to love it. Number one, it's the holiday season. And I want to talk more about that up next, all right?
You got it.
Carl Banks is here, 888-742-3345. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, give him a call. Or if you're a New York Giants fan,
Yes,
Sway in the Morning,
Sway.
Shade 4-5. Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5, 52 minutes into the hour. Carl Banks is here. You know him mostly from playing with the New York Giants.
Yes.
Two-time champion. Great guy. I must add that.
Yeah.
And a smart man who took over Starter with his company G3. What made you decide to take this brand over?
You know, it's so interesting. When you talk about kids, we were looking at it. I was a starter athlete when I played, and so I was considering doing it because we were putting together like this whole Beverly Hills Cop iconic jackets from movies.
Oh yeah, when Eddie Murphy wore
Right.
it.
So we did the Axel Foley jacket, this Detroit Lions Axel Foley jacket, really limited edition. It jumped off, and so we were looking at doing some other things. So the next pack we're doing is Coming to America. So when Arsenio had the Mets and Eddie had the Jets, or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
One of those jackets was the starter jacket. And so I'm like, heck, I wish I could get the rights to Starter. It could be cool. But I didn't know how it would go outside of like that limited edition. And I'm riding in my car, and my 17-year-old reaches over as I'm driving and shows me his iPhone. He's like, yo, you should bring these back. Like, what do you know about this? Wow. And it's Starter. He has like the breakaway, the satin. He's got everything. So I chuckled to myself, and I'm like, you know what? I asked him, how did you know? Do you know something? Yeah. He's like, no, I just think me and my friends have been talking about this. We're trying to find them at different stores. So I'm like, just stay tuned. And then that's when I knew I had something good. And then, I partnered with the folks at Iconics who they owned the brand, but it was trading at Walmart at the time, but not the team stuff, just basic T-shirts. And so I said, we should try to put a deal together and bring this back and relaunch it. So we did, and it's been good. You
got a licensing deal with the NFL?
I got licenses with every major league and college.
Carl's blowing up, man.
Yep.
I'm going to start calling him a New York Giants. Man.
Thank you, Sway. Respect that.
I'm just saying, man. He's blowing up, man. We're going to give away one of these starter jackets at the end of the sports report today. And I'm going to give you a question in a moment. Anthony from Little Rock is on the line. Say what's up to Carl Banks.
What's going on with you, Carl?
What's up, Anthony?
Not much, man. I appreciate, bringing back the starter jackets and all that. 'Cause I remember them back when I was a kid.
Thank you, sir.
I love the clothing line G3, especially when you did that retrofitted for the jerseys that you did.
Yes, sir.
I like the film, man. I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
All right, we got Knowledge from Georgia. Go ahead. Say what's up to Carl Banks.
Hey, Carl Banks, what's going on?
What's up, Knowledge?
All right, peace. Hey, I would like to thank you for being a great player and being a part of the community. Because back in New York, when you was there, you did a lot of great things when you was there.
I appreciate that.
I would just like to know, I really like to know what's up for the new year besides doing starters.
Well, we got a lot of good starter going, but we continue to do all of our NFL and college stuff. But right now, the focus is on a lot of special starter product and just making it as iconic as it was. And, it's funny, when we were at the Super Bowl, you made the comment that starter was Jordan's.
Yeah.
Before the specialness of a Jordan, that was a starter jacket. Mm-hmm. So, we want to get that, we want to reintroduce that feeling and then, introduce it to a whole new generation.
We're going to give away a starter jacket for the first person that can call and tell us what high school football team did Carl Banks play with. 888, don't say it. 888, okay. 888-742-3345. It's time for our sports report.
Recapping the latest in sports.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! What a game! Unbelievable! What a game! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! I don't believe what I just saw!
It's Sway in the Morning Sports Report on Shade 45.
Have the beat.
Yeah, Sway. Well, let's start with the NFL because I have a major update in the Aaron Hernandez case. The former New England Patriot tight end has been sued by the family of the man he's accused of killing while police investigate the death of another person on the periphery of that case. Let me explain. The lawsuit alleges that Hernandez maliciously, willfully, recklessly, or by gross negligence caused Odin Lloyd to suffer personal injuries that directly resulted in his death. Now, the court filing says that unspecified damages probably exceed the value of his home, which is at $1.52 million. However, they want the real estate attachment to it, which is up to $5 million. Now, the Lloyd family also seeks a court order to keep the Patriots from paying him the additional $3 million that they owed from his contract. I'll continue with this case. There's filing notes claiming that another man has made a lawsuit against Hernandez. His name was Alexander Bradley. He alleges that Hernandez shot him in the face after they argued outside a Miami nightclub in February. Damn. Meanwhile, police are investigating another case of a Connecticut woman with ties to Hernandez. Damn. Her name was Tabitha Perry. She lived in Hernandez's hometown, which is Bristol, Connecticut. She was found unconscious, not breathing inside of a Southington home. She died on Monday. In June, Perry survived the car accident that killed Hernandez's friend, Thaddeus Singletary III. Police say she and Singletary, who was married to Hernandez's cousin, had a child together. Perry is one of several people tied to Hernandez who have died in the past 6 months. As always, citizens, I will keep you guys posted on this.
What do you think? Like, it's a lot of people. It's a lot that's coming to light with Aaron Hernandez, but just young football players getting caught smoking weed, getting caught doing craziness, getting caught in death, criminal death cases. What do you make of this, man? Is this what is?
It's a microcosm of society.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, sports, music, or even the kid that got off of killing 4 people because he was affluenza.
Yeah.
It's a microcosm of society.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because a kid puts on a uniform or gets behind a mic, obviously there should be a little more responsibility that goes with, your new place in life, but you still came from a place in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've got young men and ladies that are children of children in some situations. If you even go back a little bit, you got kids of crackhead generation, so there's not a lot of structure. So when you give kids, they become first-time millionaires, and all of a sudden you expect them to make decisions that, 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds make, and they don't. They're first generation.
Yeah, they're not.
Parents don't have it. You're carrying the weight for everybody. Yeah. So the decision-making for these young kids in entertainment and sports, they need more guidance, obviously.
Yeah.
But let's just see it for what it is. That you can't expect them to have sound judgment. Now, killing somebody is just not the right thing to do. Period.
There's something wrong with that, dude.
It's a microcosm of
of
probably
today's society. Yeah. That's Carl Banks. You know him as a former New York Giants player. Carl, I want to thank you for coming through. All right.
I got your Raiders jacket.
Can you please hand me my Raiders jacket?
Hand him his
because
Raiders
I'm
jacket.
wearing this Raider jacket on MTV today, on MTV Jams at 4 p.m. We have our finale show for Rap Fix. Pro Era is coming through. Lantana is coming through. D1 is coming through.
Look at that
I
jacket.
got my iconic right
here. So
we
got you that. We got you the limited edition Gamma Blue that goes with the Jordans. And then we got you a limited edition White Christmas. So because I know you're a citizen of all places.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We got a Brooklyn and we got a Knicks.
Thank you very much. And we got people on the line right now. The question was, if you can name what high school that Carl Banks played for, then you can win a starter jacket as a Christmas gift from Sway in the Morning, our Shade 45 team. We got Nitra on the line from Georgia. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. So can you name what high school team Carl Banks played for?
It's Beecher High School.
Yeah, how'd you know? You looked it up? You Googled me?
Maybe.
Okay, well,
It's all good.
you're a winner.
Yo!
Congratulations, Nitra. Hold
Thank
on
you.
one time for me, and then people can find the starter jackets. So it's going to be in stores for Christmas. And
Yes, Foot Locker
Yep.
is where you'll find most of the limited edition stuff, and then Sports Authority for your favorite team.
Okay, Carl, thank you for coming through,
Thank you, man.
I love you for Cleveland.
Oh, Sway.
That's not nice. Oh, by the way, are you announcing your Super Bowl party?
Oh, wow.
you-
Yes. I'm having a Super Bowl party at Carl's house. All of you are invited, all right?
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.